Shalom. Our parasha begins with the following verse: Vayikach Korah ben Yitzhar ben Kehat ben Levi, v'Datan v'Aviram b'nei Eliyav, v'On ben Pelet b'nei Reuven. And Korah, the son of Yitzhar, the son of Kehat, the son of Levi, took, along with Datan and Aviram, the sons of Eliyav, and On ben Pelet, the sons of Reuven. And the question is, why did members of the tribe of Reuven join the rebellion of Korah and his family, who were actually Levites? One answer appears in Midrash Tanchuma, which was apparently edited in Eretz Yisrael in the 6th century, and it says there as follows: Mikan amru chachamim zichronam livracha, oy larasha oy lishcheno, tov latzadik, tov lishcheno. From this our sages said, woe to the evil person and woe to his neighbor, good for the righteous person, good for his neighbor. For Datan and Aviram died in the machloket, in the rebellion of Korah, because they were neighbors of Korah. He was in the south end of the camp, as it says in the verse in Bamidbar chapter 3, and the families of Kehat were camping on the south, and Diglo Reuven, the flag of Reuven, was next to them, as it says there, Degel Machane Reuven Temana, the flag of the camp of Reuven was in the south, and therefore they participated with them. On the other hand, the flag of Judah and the flag of Issachar and Zvulun, which were in the east, were next to the camp of Moshe, Aaron, and his sons. And they bring all the verses to prove that. And finally, the Midrash concludes that Datan and Aviram, who were neighbors of Korah, were Baal Machloket, were part of the rebellion, and therefore they were smitten together with Korah, and they passed from the world. The same idea is summarized very nicely by Rashi in his commentary on the verse. Rashi says, because the tribe of Reuven was found to the south of the camp and was a neighbor of Kehat and his sons, who were also in the south, therefore they participated with Korah in his machloket, in his rebellion. Oy larasha oy lishcheno, woe to the evil person, woe to his neighbor. And furthermore, the same idea appears in a later midrash in Bamidbar Rabbah, which was just republished in a new critical edition by the Schechter Institute, edited by Professor Hananel Mak and myself. And there too, we have the same idea with one interesting variation. There it says, Ashrei Tzadik v'Ashrei Shcheno, how lucky is the tzaddik, the righteous person, how lucky is his neighbor. And finally, Professor Jacob Milgram repeats the same idea in the JPS commentary on Numbers. Being encamped to the south alongside the Kohatites, the descendants of Reuven were neighbors of Korah, from which one can learn woe unto the wicked, woe unto his neighbor. And he then refers to the diagram in his commentary, page 340, where you see visually that the Reuven is encamped next to Korah, the Kohatites, and on the other hand, in the east, you have Judah and the other tribes encamped next to Moshe and Aaron. This rabbinic teaching is still very relevant to our lives today. If children or teenagers hang out with good or honest children, they will probably emulate them. If they hang out with children who smoke or curse or cut class or take drugs, they will probably emulate them. If people live in a good town or neighborhood, they will probably emulate their neighbors. But if they live in a bad town or neighborhood, they will probably emulate those neighbors. And finally, in Israel's current war with Hamas, despite incredible efforts by the IDF, innocent civilians have been killed. And this is because of the principle, Oy larasha oy lishcheno, woe to the wicked, woe to his neighbor. Unfortunately, Hamas has embedded itself in schools and hospitals and neighborhoods of just regular people who live in Gaza, and the result is that those people have been harmed by the current war. We hope and pray for the defeat of Hamas and for the speedy release of the hostages. Shavua Tov from Schechter.